Today we will be starting with a new topic, that is shock. Okay, so here shock can be asked as essay question. Okay, it is essay question for you guys, and they can also ask you in short answer that the compensatory mechanisms is very important. Okay, compensatory mechanisms can be asked as 5-mark question, and it's very important in 1 mark as well as Viva. So make sure you learn about shock in detail. Fine. Now, what do you mean by shock? Okay, shock is defined as the inadequate blood flow. Okay, it is nothing but the inadequate blood flow, okay, through the body, and which extent means the body tissues are damaged. Very important. See, inadequate blood flow to the body, and which extent the body tissues are damaged because of very little flow, and also because of too little oxygen, okay, and also other nutrients delivered to the tissue cells. Very important. So what I am saying, it is the inadequate blood flow through the body, in which extent where the body tissues are damaged, and it's because of too little flow, because of too little oxygen as well as nutrients to the body. In short way, there will be decrease in the cardiac output. And because of this, there is decrease in the blood flow where to the tissues to supply demand. And when this happens, when there is decrease in the blood flow to tissues, then we call it as shock. Fine. Okay. Now there are different types of shock. What are the types of shock we are going to learn about? First, important for your physiology as concerned, hypovolemic shock is very important. Hypovolemic shock. Fine. Other types are neurogenic shock. Okay, neurogenic shock. Next, anaphylactic shock, and then cardiogenic shock, that is because of cardiac diseases we get cardiogenic shock, and as well as septic shock. Okay, and we are going to learn about the hypovolemic shock in detail. You must know about this in detail. Fine. Let us discuss one by one. Fine. As hypovolemic shock is concerned, what you must be knowing is that the important cause why this hypovolemic shock occurs. First important, it is due to loss of blood, right? And that we call it as hemorrhagic. Fine, loss of blood. Okay, this is the first important cause. I'm talking about the causes of hypovolemic shock. Next, there is loss of plasma. In a sense, the patient may come with you with burns or any other exfoliative, okay, demands, or exfoliative dermatitis. Fine. So I'm talking about the causes of shock. We discussed about the loss of blood and loss of plasma, and also there can be loss of fluid and electrolytes. Very important. And electrolytes. For example, vomiting, diarrhea, excessive sweating, right? This can be the causes of hypovolemic shock. Fine. So main important is hemorrhage, that is the blood loss. Okay. Now here we have different stages of shock. We have different stages in it. What are the different stages? First important thing is non-progressive shock. Non-progressive shock. What is this non-progressive shock? Think carefully. This non-progressive shock is nothing but, it is also called as compensated shock. Okay, compensated shock. Here the normal circulatory compensatory mechanism eventually cause full recovery without help from outside therapy. There is no need to give any therapy. Our body itself can recover due to mechanisms what we are going to, due to the compensations what we are going to see now, and because of these body compensations our body can heal from the non-progressive shock. There is full recovery without any therapy. Very important. That is the non-progressive shock. Fine. What is the next stage? Very important. That is progressive shock. See, I haven't completed non-progressive shock yet. After seeing the stages, let us see the compensatives. Fine. Okay. So progressive shock, which means what? Without giving treatment, what will happen? Death is sure. So the patient need our help. They need our therapy to recover. Fine. So without therapy, the shock will become worse until death. That is the progressive shock. Fine. What is next? That is irreversible. What is irreversible? Yes, I hope you might have got. Even though you give any therapy, the therapy is inadequate to save the person's life, which means within few hours or days, death is confirmed. Fine. You understand, this is the irreversible stage. Okay. So we learned about non-progressive, progressive and irreversible stages of the shock, hypovolemic shock. Now I have told you that in non-progressive shock we should be learning about compensatives. Yes or no? Yes. Compensatives. What are those compensatives? You have to know this. Okay. The first compensative what comes in my mind is baroreceptor. Baroreceptor reflexes. Okay. So we all know, before that I have to give you some introduction, that a person to recover any degrees of shock, all are negative feedback mechanism. Negative feedback mechanism. Yes or no? Yes. Blood pressure. Okay, when there is a decrease in the blood pressure, and because of the baroreceptor, there is increase in the blood pressure. We know this. This is because of the negative feedback mechanism. This is the typical example. Okay, so negative feedback control mechanism to return the cardiac output as well as the arterial pressure back to normal levels. Okay, these are very important. Okay, now let us see the compensatives. First is the baroreceptor reflexes, which is a very powerful sympathetic activation of circulation. Fine. So okay, now because of this sympathetic activation, okay, what really happens? You know that this is sympathetic nervous system, right? Sympathetic nervous system is going to increase the norepinephrine and there will be increase in the heart rate because of release of the norepinephrine. Okay, and because of increase in heart rate, there will be increase in cardiac output or increase in blood pressure. Understand? So this is about the sympathetic activation of circulation. The next important thing what comes to my mind is about central nervous system ischemic response. And here there will be a very strong, very powerful sympathetic stimulation throughout the body, but it is not activated significantly until the arterial pressure falls below, very important, 50 mm Hg. Fine. So here will be more powerful sympathetic stimulation throughout the body, but that is not activated significantly because until the arterial pressure falls below 50 mm, then only it will be activated. Fine. Okay. Next important thing is formation of angiotensin by which one? Kidneys. Yes. What really happens? Formation of angiotensin by the kidneys. What will happen? There will be constriction of peripheral arteries, and it causes a decreased output of water. Okay, yes or no? Formation of angiotensin by kidneys. What is the main function? Constriction of peripheral arteries. Very important. And because of this, there is a decrease in the output of water as well as salt by the kidneys, and that will help to prevent the progression of the shock. Understand? Very important. That is formation of angiotensin by the kidneys. Okay. Next important thing is antidiuretic hormone. That is the formation of vasopressin. Yes or no? Vasopressin, that is the ADH hormone, antidiuretic hormone. So where it is secreted? In the posterior pituitary gland. It also constricts the peripheral arteries and the veins, and what is the main function? It is going to conserve water, conserve H2O, so that the blood volume is going to increase. Very important. Fine. Okay. Next we will discuss about, who is the next one? We learned about what? Non-progressive shock. Right? Let us learn about progressive shock now. Okay? What really happens in progressive shock? Okay. So in progressive shock, what is the main defect? Is there is a decrease in the coronary blood flow. There is a decrease in the coronary blood flow, and because of this there will be cardiac deterioration. Fine. And there is a decrease in the coronary blood flow, there will be cardiac deterioration. So nothing but the positive feedback. So what will happen? We have got the small blood vessels where the clot formation occurs in the small blood vessels. There is a clot formation occurring in the small blood vessels, and because of this there is a decrease in the blood flow. There is decrease in the blood flow to the heart. Why? Because of clot formation in the small blood vessels. This is about the progressive stage. Why? And we need treatment for this. Therapy is needed. Without this, the clot formation becomes more and more, and the person will die. Fine. Next is about irreversible stage. Irreversible. What will happen in irreversible? Why without therapy? With the therapy also, why the person dies? Very important. Why? Because it is mainly because of cellular deterioration. The cells have got damaged. Very important. Here we have only cardiac deterioration, and here the cellular deterioration, all the energy stores like ATP mostly will be decreased. Energy stores will be decreased, and the regeneration also takes place very slow. And because of the decreased energy stores, with the treatment also, the person is going to die within few hours or days. So this is about the irreversible. Understand? What are the next shock we have discussed? Neurogenic. Yes or no? What is neurogenic? You yourself can tell me. Yes, there is inhibition of the sympathetic nervous system. Right? There is inhibition of sympathetic nervous system. Yes or no? Right. And because of this, what will happen? There will be decrease in the vascular resistance. There will be decrease in vascular resistance, and because of this, the cardiac output will decrease. Because of vasodilation, what will happen? There will be decrease blood return to the heart, and there will be decrease in the cardiac output because of vasodilation. That is neurogenic shock. What is cardiogenic shock? We all know. I have already told you. Because of the cardiogenic, that is the cardiac disorders. Okay, because of the cardiac disorders, you are getting the decreased cardiac output. Okay, this is about the cardiogenic shock. What is the anaphylactic shock? Anyone? What is anaphylactic shock? See, what is producing means your histamine will be producing. Okay, and because of the histamine, due to this damage in the basement membrane, the histamine which comes is going to cause increase in the capillary permeability. And there will be decrease in fluid loss. There will be increase in the fluid loss. All your fluids will be coming out because of capillary permeability. It is forming the fluid loss wants to go out of the cells, and because of this, there will be decrease in the cardiac output. Histamine is going to cause what? Vasodilator. You all know vasodilation. Yes or no? There will be decrease in the cardiac output. Very simple. Vasodilation. Finish. Next, who is coming? Any idea? That is the septic shock. Sepsis. What do you know about sepsis? Who is the main thing? Is about bacterial infection. Okay, so all about the bacterial infection you need to know. Okay, bacterial infection, and because of this bacterial infection, the patient will be having fever. Yes or no? Okay, and because of this fever means there is increase in the body temperature, and if there is increase in body temperature, there is increase in the blood flow. And you tell me, when there is increase in blood flow, there will be increase in the cardiac output. So it is bad. That is a septic shock due to bacterial infection. Understand? So this is about the shock in physiology. I hope you understand. Let me see you next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.